welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking specifically into a no contact and or separation situation. What is your person's next move? And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is Orion's Animal Tarot. And pile number two is the Borderless Smith-Waite Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading. So just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect in the extended. We will look at what are your person's current feelings towards you, what does their higher self want you to know, and what external influences are delaying or blocking their next move. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose the Orion's Animal Tarot, this is going to be your reading, right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energy. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, hold on. Specifically for no contact and or separation, what is your person's next move? Okay, we have Temperance, King of Wands, Four of Cups, Hermit. A little bit of messy energy coming through on your person's end, pile one. Page of Swords, Nine of Wands, yes, okay. A bit of messy. Messy in the sense your person's meant to take a break at this point in time, all right? They're meant to breathe out. They're meant to go within, but they are resisting it at this point in time. And that when that resistance builds, it causes a lot of frustration growing within you because internally, on a very subconscious level, you know that you are supposed to go within. You're supposed to either find the answers within, you're supposed to rest, you're supposed to maybe calm your mind down, take some time to center yourself. But I think that your person might be overworking themselves or going out of their way to distract themselves. And I haven't even pulled your oracle cards yet, and there's already so many messages that are coming through from your reading. So it looks like it's your person, like look at this, Four of Cups and the Four of Wands. Even with this energy, it's going within. Even with this energy, it's meant to be at a point of rest. And I think if your person were to tap into their intuition, they would understand that they are meant to take a break. But your person might be, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit of guilt for taking a break, or they don't want to. Yeah, it could be resistance. It could just be that they don't want to. Like, what am I going to be thinking about? What am I going to be feeling about if I pause? I am terrified of facing that. But the more your person shifts their energy outwards and not inwards, the bigger the burden is going to be. All right, so we'll take a look at your oracle cards as well. I felt like sneezing, but then it didn't come through. Yeah, that was, you know, that uncomfortable feeling when you feel like you have to sneeze, but then you don't sneeze. Yeah, that happened to me just now. I'll see how it connects to your reading or if it's just me. All right, we have the Wasteland, Sustainability, Slowdown, Tend to Your... What did I say? I told you I honestly did not even look at your oracle cards, and it's very, very clear even. So it must mean that the energy is intense on your person's end. I am worthy of the very best in life. We have Spider, Love Confession. Okay. I think your person doesn't want to admit to themselves what they are feeling and what they are supposed to be thinking about with respect to your connection. Now, their next move, it is actually going to be something that they don't want to do at this point in time, but they will be forced to do. They have to slow down. They have to go inwards. For some of you, your person might not be taking very good care of themselves, like physical health wise as well, not just mental and emotional. Yes, I am also seeing that, but even physically, sometimes what happens, and this has actually happened to me multiple times as well. Sometimes what happens is when you are meant to go within, when you're meant to slow down, or you're supposed to take a break, and you don't, you resist your body trying to tell you that, hey, you've got to take a break, it's time. Invariably, your physical health tends to get affected. And then you have no choice but to take a break. And oftentimes when it happens to me, like when I fall sick, I usually it usually is because I didn't listen to my body when it asked me to take a break when it was feeling okay. All right, usually that's the case. And I'm being called to remember that. And given the intensity, like I didn't even pull your oracle cards and the energy was already coming through so strongly. So to me, it's an indication that it is meant to happen for your person. They are meant to slow down. However, that could mean for your person. For me, sometimes when I'm meant to slow down, things in my business come into a sudden halt. And that's actually happened twice in my business. So much so that I literally had only bare minimum to show up and there was nothing else. And that was actually a signal to me that, hey, it's time to confront what you're running away within yourself. You don't have external distractions anymore. And yeah, that's actually happened to me as well. So when you are in this mode of resistance, no, somehow or the other, you will be forced to look within. And so that is what your person's next move is going to be. I think that there's a lot that they need to think about with respect to your connection, with respect to what they feel. They have been running away from it. They have been kind of escaping their healing journey as well. With the King of Wands over here, I think that there's a lot of spiritual lessons that your person is meant to incorporate within themselves with respect to your connection. And because they haven't been giving themselves the time, and it looks to be very intentional at this point in time, they will be forced to pause or to slow down or to even come to a complete halt so that they are forced or they do it willingly. That's completely on your person and their free will. It depends on their resistance as well, but the outcome is meant to happen, that they are meant to incorporate those spiritual lessons. And that begins with first understanding, giving themselves the time to look within themselves, you know, for whatever it is. I don't know what your person is avoiding. Maybe there are so many of you that energy is not coming through specifically, but for some of you, it could be their limiting beliefs about this connection. It could be what has been triggered that led to the no contact. It could even be the fact that they are missing you or the intensity of what they feel for you as well. It is high time is also what I am hearing, and you cannot escape it. That's also one more message that's coming through. So if your person has been in denial up until now, and you know, you've also, maybe you are like watching them, or you have some sort of contact like through social media or something like that, and you kind of have been realizing that they haven't really thought about the connection. They have been distracting themselves, or they are claiming that they have been overworking themselves, or there's too much on their plate. Yeah, I think that's going to change very, very soon. That is what their next move is. But yes, there's some kind of spiritual lesson that's playing out for them with respect to your connection, which your person, I mean, they have been avoiding, but cannot avoid it. All right. With love confession coming through, it might be, and the Page of Swords, I feel like it's something that they have to say to you. All right. Let me actually get a confirmation for that, because I am feeling like it's something that they have to say, but it also could be, yeah, they don't want, they don't want to. It's, maybe there's something they're meant to say. For some of you, it could be an apology. For some of you, maybe confessing what they truly feel on the inside. Maybe others of you owning up to their mistakes, taking responsibility for their actions. For some of you, yes, I also do see that it could just be, you know, telling you something that could help both of you get closure as well, right? Or maybe there's some conversation that both of you are meant to have, and your person has been avoiding it by saying they're too busy or too much on their plate. Yes, that's also another energy that's coming through as well. But no, they don't want me to. They don't want me to know what it is. So I'm not going to force. All right. So, but overall, I do see that they have been avoiding it until now, Pal 1. So I would not expect your person to come anytime soon, because there's still that internal discovery process that they have to go through that they have been avoiding. It might be because they've been resisting it for so long. I feel like the realization might be a lot faster than if they started out when they were supposed to, just that they're meant to go through it. And so given the amount of resistance, it might be a fast realization, or the process might be quickened. All right, so that is one thing, but that also means that you will have to wait for a little bit before this person does reach out, or before they go within and take some time to understand what needs to be done, what needs to be said, or even what kind of clarity they need on their end. Right? Now, what I'll do is I'll get some timing cards for you. With timing, please be a little bit careful. They're always based on current energy. So what I'm going to do is I will get 3 cards for you. All right. So this deck is it has specific timeline, and the other deck, I'll pull that out in just a second, will be about what do you need to do in order to align with what you are intuitively feeling to be the timeline. All right, so I'll pull 3 cards for you. Think of a question. Pawan, think of a question that you want to ask, and whichever card you feel intuitively called to, that is your answer. Whichever one jumps out at you, that is your answer. All right, so let me 3 cards I'll pull out for you. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, so within a few years, Wednesday, 10 days. All right, so we have a specific timeline going on over here. I'll put it here actually for you. All right, so whichever jumps out at you, and even if you come back to the reading at some point in the future, Pal 1, it might change. Which one jumps at you might change. All right, just want to say that. All right, let's see, what do you need to align? Okay, where is there a misalignment on your end, or what needs to happen on your end for you to align with the timeline that jumped out at you after a lesson is learned? So it looks like on your end, in the calm before the storm. All right, so it looks like whatever this conversation is going to happen between you and your person, yeah, it is going to, maybe it is going to bring out some confusing truths, or maybe both of you will begin a new phase of this connection where you have to learn new things, you have to grow together, or you have to learn your individual lessons. So one thing that I'm seeing is that when your person comes through, it will be the calm before the storm, and there might be repercussions to them coming forward with whatever it is that they want to say as well. It doesn't have to be negative, it could be positive as well, because change is change at the end of it, but it is overwhelming as well. Change could be good, it could be for the positive, it could be beneficial to you, but at the same time, it could still be overwhelming as well, all right? So I am seeing that there will be a particular phase in your life where things just calm down, like everything settles down in your life. And that's when this person will come in, or that's when the timeline will align after a lesson is learned. So maybe there's some lesson on your end that you might be resisting, or you might be pushing off. Maybe it's playing out in other aspects of your life as well. So once that lesson is learned, once you have integrated the lesson of that particular thing that's unfolding in your life, maybe it does relate to this connection, it doesn't have to be, but it looks like alignment to the timeline would be, you know, you're integrating the lesson that is playing out in your life at this point in time. Could be with respect to the connection. I am actually feeling the pull to get you back to the reading. So could be with respect to this connection. Maybe there's a lesson playing out on your end. So the moment that lesson is learned, it looks like the timeline will automatically align. All right. Pal 1, there is going to be an extender for this reading. So let's take a look at that. What you can expect. So we'll look at what are your person's current feelings towards you, what does their higher self want you to know, and what external influences are delaying or blocking their next move. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Pal 1, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pile 1, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi Pile 2, for those of you who chose the Borderless Smith Way Tarot, this is going to be your reading, right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energy. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Pile 2, specifically for no contact and or separation situation, what is the next move going to be? Ready. We have Judgment, 7 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. We're going to get into that as well. Healing the mother line, healing ancestral work, mother line, growing up. Irradiate confidence, grace, poise, in every situation I encounter. Nightingale, long distance. For some of you, it could be, yes, physical distance between the two of you. It could also be, I am getting a different interpretation of it. Might be a little bit far-fetched, but I am still getting that interpretation. It could be that it has been a long time since you've heard your person, so much so that they feel far away from you. That's also another message that's coming through. Alrighty, on your person's end, I do see them coming forward with some kind of clarity. Does look like they want to reach out to you. I think that things were quite rocky between the two of you, but it does look like your person's looking to either heal the connection or to come forward and maybe start something new between the two of you, because we have two forward movement cards, but they might not be very aware of what they want to say. Even with the Nightingale coming, I think that your person's figuring out what they need to say to you. So maybe there's something that you are expecting them to say, or something that your person feels they have to say. At this point in time, I think that your person may have resisted. To be very honest with you, I am getting your reading to be a continuation of Pile 1. Pile 2, it looks to be the next stage after Pile 1. So you might want, no, I'm not sure. I don't know what to say because it looks like your person's in a different energy. Like they're in the next stage from Pile 1. So you might not get messages that resonate with you, but if you want to maybe confirm whether that was your past and you felt intuitively called to Pile 1, I would say yes, please go check it out. For some of you who resonated with what I just said, that this is a continuation of Pile 1, it's possible that this is future energy that I am tapping into for your person, or yes, for some of you, it could be what is going on, and Pile 1 could be what happened up until now. Maybe for some of you, you're looking for explanation, because I feel like the silence between the two of you has been going on for quite some time now. And it looks like radio silence, like you probably are not connected on social media, nothing. It's just you have absolutely no idea what is going on in each other's lives. That seems to be the energy between the two of you. So maybe Pile 1 is just more of an like a for your information kind of reading, where you just know, okay, what's happened up until now, and then Pile 2 is more of what is going on right now, a little bit into the future. Your person, it's kind of like I feel like saying this, it's kind of like Pile 2 picked up where Pile 1 left off. That's the energy that's coming through already as well. I think that your person resisted, going within and trying to understand maybe different aspects of this connection. I think that they also were in denial or resisted wanting to accept that they wanted this connection back into their lives. For some of you, yes, this could be platonic, this could be a familial connection, could be a work relationship as well. Something definitely went down between the two of you. I do see that. Maybe it was an argument, or maybe both of you were not on the same page, or it could just be that distance was a very natural progression of the connection, and now it's kind of like your person wants to come back in. They're looking at you, they're wondering what you're doing. I do feel radio silence, absolute no contact, so maybe they have absolutely no idea what is going on your end, but it looks like they've grown substantially in the no contact that's played out between the two of you. And even I feel like a lot more mature in the energy that I'm tapping. I also feel a lot more calm and stable, whereas in pile 1 it was very messy. It was a lot of denial, a lot of resistance. But now it's kind of like very flow. The energy is very flowing, but it's also, there's a certain depth to it. There's a certain intensity to it. And I feel like I'm tapping into someone older. So it's not like the actual age that has increased. It's just the amount of the depth of knowledge that they've gained in this no contact. It's kind of, I'm hearing they've probably lived multiple timelines in the no contact that's been there between the two of you. I think that they do want to offer something. There is heavy reconciliation energy in your reading today, Pal 2. There is something that they want to offer, maybe want to start out as friends, or maybe like, just be in touch. Something about starting slow, but actually in their mind, they do want things to progress between the two of you, but they're not going to jump to that. It looks like they'll first start with keeping in touch with you, being more present in your life, kind of learning how to integrate both of your energies together. That seems to be their game plan, is what I'm hearing at this point in time. And I think they also want to show you that they have been working on themselves, that there is substantial growth that's happened within them as well. Even my energy is very, very calm right now as I'm tapping into your person's energy. Let's get more information. But yeah, it's kind of very clear to them that they want this it's kind of very clear to them that they want this connection in their life, and they're kind of done fighting. They're kind of done resisting or denying to themselves that this is not what they want, or this connection doesn't really matter to them. There is complete and wholehearted acceptance that yes, this is what I want. Why should I be ashamed about it? Why should I resist myself for it? It's causing me more pain to resist this connection than to accept it. So I might as well accept it. Why am I putting myself through this unnecessary pain? That's the energy that's coming through. I would expect your person to come forward. This does look to be very fast moving energy to me. It does look like all the healing work is sort of done or closer to the end. So a bit of fast moving energy. Like I said, you can expect a small gesture, not too big, but it will be small, and it will continue being small, and it will grow over time. I will say that progress for this connection will be much, much slower than you expect. But how do I say this? There's an endpoint that your person's looking to get to, all right? The growth of this connection. So they might be slow in taking both of you on that path, but there's more that they expect out of this connection, all right? There's more that they want between the two of you. Right? Let me get timing cards for you. Let's see what wants to come out. This one's a little bit more specific. It will give you a timeline, and then we'll pull out from another deck. It's actually the same deck, but just those cards are a little bit more about how can you align what is or when can you expect this to happen, all right? So I'll pull out 3 cards, whichever you feel intuitively like it just jumps out at you. That is most likely your timeline, but with timelines, please, a little bit tricky. They're always based on current energies. Another message I want to say is, yeah, maybe you come back to this reading a little bit later, and maybe another card jumps out at you. Yeah, that's the timeline shifting, all right? That's also one more message that I wanted to tell you. So I'll pull out 3 cards. Let's see what wants to come out. Think of the question that you want to ask. Think of a timeline that you are hoping for. Let's take a look. We have 10 weeks. We have 7 weeks. And we have a decade. It's possible, actually, a decade could be the timeline that it has taken to get to this point. That could also be it. But for some of you, yes, it could be, I am seeing that maybe this connection has taken a decade to unfold. Maybe, like I said, the no contact between the two of you seems to have gone on for quite some time now. So take whichever jumped out at you, all right? The first intuitive hit that you received. I want to actually clarify a decade. It might not have been for you, but I want to clarify it. Just something was making me want to clarify it. So I'll just listen. Yeah, it might have taken a decade for them to get into this energy. It might have been a lot of on and off cycles between the two of you up until now. And it looks like your person is ready for whatever was supposed to happen, or whatever a decade of growth between the two of you, these on and off cycles. It looks like, I feel like this is a confirmation that whatever lessons your person had to learn, there is a sense of completion to that. Of course, there's no such thing as, completely never ever having lessons ever again. That is not there. But I think that your person's kind of reached a certain threshold where they're able to integrate the lessons that they've learned, not just that, but also teach, also lead other people as well. This also reminds me of someone who's carrying out their soul mission, maybe helping other people along the way as well. It's interesting that I wanted to kind of tap into the energy of a decade. And then we'll see maybe what needs alignment or when it could happen. Let's take a look. When you align with your higher self, all right, it looks like one timeline is when you align with your higher self, not in your current path. So there might be something right now that you're doing that's resisting your person from coming back in. Just take some time to take a look, see what you're doing. Maybe it could be your thought processes, limiting beliefs. Maybe you don't believe that your person's going to come in. That by itself is resistance, right? That path, so something you're doing on your current path right now, Pal 2 might be resisting or might be creating some unnecessary delay or blocks from your person reaching out. So take some time to see that. Another message that's coming through is maybe, like I said, you might be having a hard time believing. You might be having a hard time believing the messages that are coming through from your higher self about this connection. So take some time to connect with them, your higher self. Take some time to align. If you are aligned and that message doesn't resonate, then it's just more of a thumbs up. Continue going on that path of alignment with your higher self. You have the answers within you. Your soul's blueprint is within you, right? So the more you connect with your higher self, the more intuitively you'll be able to navigate the path that is meant for you. And maybe you've been disconnected and you've strayed a little bit. So it's now kind of time to get back onto the path that is in alignment with the path that we are looking at for your person, for both of you to converge, all right? There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect in the extended Pal 2. So we'll look at what are your person's current feelings towards you, what does their higher self want you to know, and what external influences are delaying or blocking their next move. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Pal 2, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pal 2, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.